Hello everyone, this is CodeIgniter and I'm going to start a new series of tutorials regarding CodeIgniter. This time I am going to try doing some video tutorials in which we will learn in small steps how to use CodeIgniter. But first of all, what is CodeIgniter? CodeIgniter is a PHP framework. What does that mean? It is a collection of helpful PHP scripts that will help us create applications or websites faster. How can it do that? Usually, all the frameworks assume that every website or web application has some basic needs like database interactions or form validations, session handling, file upload handling, or whatever else you may think of. The same happens with CodeIgniter. By giving us access to basic libraries and helpers, CodeIgniter will allow us to work faster. So why create a new PHP scripts every time we want to build a website when we can use our time developing more important stuff? Okay, let's do it. Let's start by downloading CodeIgniter from the official site. Sorry. Download. Now let's unzip the framework. While it does that, let's go to our htdocs directory and create a folder named CIApp. New folder CIApp. Of course, I am using XAMPP, but depending on what server you are using, htdocs may be named differently, as in www or public HTML or whatever. Now let's go to CIApp and let's copy what we need. We don't need to copy everything. Application, system, also index.php, and let's copy the license too. Okay, now that we copied it, let's delete this. Cancel. Okay, let's delete this. Okay, now let's start our server. Of course, we don't need to start MySQL, but it's a habit. Okay. Now, if we go to localhost/CIApp, we are welcomed by our framework. Cool. Let's open the files. I will use JetBrains editor. You can use whatever PHP editor you want. Let's see, open. Now we go to our XAMPP, htdocs, CIApp. Okay. Close. Okay. Now if we take a look in applications, config and routes PHP, we can see that the default controller is called welcome. Now if we go to controllers and look for welcome, you'll see that this is the only controller in here. Welcome. Also, we can see that there is a public function called index, which in its turn is calling a view called welcome message. Let's go to views, and in here we will see welcome message. Welcome message is it's the view file that is called by the index method. Now let's see if we write something in here. Welcome to CodeIgniter. This is our first episode. Okay, now we save it, and if we go back here, cool. Okay, let's remove the styling. We don't need this. Okay, save. Okay, much better. Now let's try to create a new method, public function testing, and we will try to echo something. This is a test. Cool. Now we would assume that if we call it welcome testing, this should work, but it doesn't. This is because the server expects us to call the index.php that we have inside the root of our website. As you can see, this is the index.php. This index.php is the bootstrap of the application. Okay, now if we do this, let's try this. Index.php welcome. This is a test. Okay, so it works. But why don't we just remove this part? In order to do this, we can take a look at CodeIgniter manual, documentation. This is the best manual I ever read. Now if we go to general topics, we will see here CodeIgniter URLs. As you can see, all we have to do is create an htaccess and paste this in it. htaccess file, yes? Okay, new file, htaccess. Okay, Control V. Great. Now, after this, we need to go to config PHP, and as you can see, index page is index.php. Let's remove this, and since we are here, let's define our base URL. Our base URL is http ci app. Okay. Now, if we return to our browser and remove index.php, you will see that nothing happens, which is good. Now let's try welcome. Cool, better. Okay. Thank you. This was our first episode in what I hope to be a long series. I'm sorry if I have some problems in talking. This is my first video. Thank you. See you later.